electricity prices have been reduced approximately by 22%. Out of that reduction, I think the main beneficiary would be those who are using units between 31 to 60, which the unit price have been reduced by more than 50%. But how actually did they manage to bring down the electricity cost or the prices or the tariff rate? Let's very quickly take a look at on the numbers after Q1. The revenue has been increased by 38% of the CEB, and the cost of sales have been come down by 26%. The gross profit has been increased to 62 billion from 20 billion, and the other incomes and other income and gains have increased to 30 billion from 3 billion. In the meantime, the capital gains are at 25 billion, and at the same time the operating profit has been increased to 92 billion from 19 billion. This is mainly because of for a couple of reasons. The first reason how they brought it down is because of the exchange rate appreciation. This was the very reason we have been saying do not print money, because when you print money, your exchange rate will depreciate and that will increase the cost of living for all citizens. And now the currency appreciated to 300 from 324, so that benefit has been passed to the consumer to an extent. But however, the accumulated losses of CEB so far is still at 456 billion. It was earlier at 575 billion. Now with the profit from this quarter, it has come down to 456 billion losses is the accumulated losses. So just to give you a color of what this 456 billion means, this is equivalent to 3 years of payee tax which being paid by all professionals in the country for a year. So that's the accumulated losses so far by the CEB. That shows the gravity of the losses which incurred earlier of the CEB. But however, whether this tariff revision is the right way to do it, which is up to debate, because we feel that 50% reduction on the unit cost between 46 to 50 may not be feasible in the future, but it's up to debate. But however, the price reductions, the impact on the profits have been shared with the consumer. But it doesn't mean that this should be a full stop for reforms in the electricity and the energy sector, because only on a competitive environment that the service quality would be improved, at the same time the prices would further come down. And again, there was a sentiment that because of corruption is the reason why these institutes are making losses. Then the question comes, now the earlier profitable ones are making profits now. Does it mean that the corruption has been eradicated? No, definitely no. Still the corruption is there. Corruption can only be eradicated when you operate in a market environment. Just because we made a profit doesn't mean there's no corruption. Neither we have to stop the reform process. The other reason how we generate a profit at the CEB was, if you can look at this graph, you can see in the pink color, that is the renewable energy generation. As you can see, from October to February, the renewable energy contribution of the entire power generation was quite high, and now again that was thanks to weather, and now slightly again the thermal oil and the thermal coal proportion is increasing compared to the entire power generation. So the cost in the next quarter most likely will be up than this. But however, thanks to the weather, thanks to rain and the kind weather, we managed to bring down the tariff on electricity. At the same time, our economy is recovering and stabilizing, and that indicates basically from this Economy Next article that our power generation has reached out to pre-COVID levels. So that means our economy is slowly stabilizing and recovering, but it doesn't mean that the crisis is over. It is mainly because of weather and multiple other reasons. At the same time, the minister has mentioned that the card at the CEB, they are going to bring it down to by about 4,000 people at the moment. They haven't recruited anyone, and there have been retirements for about 4,000 people over the last few years, and they are going to introduce smart meters and prepaid methods on electricity payments. So that's the context on electricity. But electricity rates, tariff having competitive is very important for all the industries, for all the consumers, but the electricity sector, energy sector reforms are a must, and those reforms has to take place with transparency, accountability, and integrity.
If you are interested in seeing more content like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow Advocata on all social media platforms to never miss out on our latest content. Consider supporting Advocata by becoming an individual subscriber. Gain access to our weekday media monitoring of economic news, exclusive Advocata events, and more. To learn more, visit us at support.advocata.org.